This I would like to ask, what is your immediate of the your recent visit?
My impression from the
Yes.
recent visit.
Yeah.
Oh, there are so many impressions. Nepal is a stunningly beautiful country. I'm very impressed with the bits of the program that I've seen. Yesterday we were visiting two different PLCs, these participatory learning circles that you have. And I think the way that, it was so inspiring for me to talk to women who say, before I just didn't know my rights. And now I'm able to make decisions in my household. My husband is migrated to India, and I've used that opportunity to develop the income for my family, and I've participated in a school committee or a health centre council or something like this. So that was really inspiring to see. They were also asking lots of questions about, but I still don't have enough money, how do I improve my income?
Yeah.
So I think the Nepal program is doing very well,
Yeah.
but I think there is some way to go as
Yeah.
well.
And also you heard a lot about the raising our voice in
I
Oxford
did,
as well.
yes.
So what is your impression after visiting? I
Yeah.
mean, the meeting with the community in the field.
Yeah, so this was the meeting that I've just described was the Raising Her Voice meeting. It was wonderful. And it's really interesting for me that a program that was for 3 years, it finished over a year ago now. And the women were still very keen to meet with us and tell us exactly what they were doing and how they were carrying on after the Raising Her Voice program had finished. It's a shame that it was only in a few districts, in a few wards, and a few villages. And I know there is a lot of thinking going on about how to capture the learning from that, not just in terms of the outcomes, but the how did you do it? How, what processes led you to do that? And I know, for example, that you use Reflect methodology, which is nicely written up by ActionAid. What's the Oxfam equivalent then? If we've really added to that, why can't we write up the methodology and share it with other people as well?
So, and after visiting the program and meeting the people, how, I mean, the Nepal office is able to address putting women's rights at the heart, we all do.
Well, I've been very impressed with how the realities on the ground very much have women, I think, at the centre of things. I think there's quite a lot of concentration on women's groups, and of course putting women's rights at the heart of everything doesn't just mean women's groups or groups of women, but I can see there is genuine practice of focusing on women's rights, and that's very extremely encouraging. I think there is plenty of space for it to go deeper still, and particularly I think in the way that the program descriptions are captured, so the way that things are written down, the way that strategies are described, actually you can see less the capturing in those strategic documents about how women are put at the centre of things. In practice, I've been reassured by what I've seen, but I've only seen a small bit of the programme. I'm sure the rest of the programme is as good, but I think making sure that women's rights is captured not only at grassroots level, but in the strategic thinking and how things are designed and captured throughout the programme. I think that is still some way to go.
So, and lastly, after visiting and the Nepal program and the people, so what is your impression and key impression, learnings or things to taking you to for the widen? It means the OI strategy and the program.
Yeah, so I always get very motivated. All my motivation comes from visiting the program. I can face going back to OI meetings and sitting by my desk if I have actually spent time with staff who are at the front line and with partners and with poor people themselves. And I've got a lot out of that and rejuvenated myself. And I think everybody needs to do that, whether you're working in finance or whether you're working in IT or logistics or on the program side. We need to make sure we connect with program very well. So I take that back. I've learned a lot from meeting with the Oxfam Hong Kong staff around how we are seen. So sometimes something today that I learned was, sometimes your OGB staff are afraid to change things because there is such a hierarchy through which they have to get things changed that even though they know it is not working very well, they will carry on because it's easier than getting things changed up the hierarchy. So I thought, I think I can see how that may be true. So I need to think about that, about how we operate as a large organisation, a large affiliate, and to think about that and reflect on that for OGB. So I'm always learning things from other affiliates. And I think in terms of SMS here, it has been a relatively straightforward SMS process because there were already joint programs between Oxfam Hong Kong and OGB. And Oxfam Hong Kong have a physical presence in country. And so I think reflections from both the country director for OGB and the ACD for Oxfam Hong Kong, for Marrakesh, as well, commented that has been very helpful in terms of making things work very well in Nepal.
Thank you. It's a very inspiring views. Hopefully we will do much better than now. Thank you
Thank you very much.